Thought I turned this phone on. What's happening with you? Type 1 in the chat if you're having a good Sabbath day so far. Relaxing and edifying, hopefully learning something. We gotta learn something new, right? Okay, so today's class is honor thy elders before you're one too, okay? If you're watching this from YouTube, hey, what's up, Shalom? Hey, what's up? What's up? If you're watching this from YouTube, share this, man. Share it. Subscribe to the channel. What's up, Israelite sister? What's up, my sister? All right. What's up, Trina? How you doing? How you doing? Share this to your page. Hey, the younger generation. This is one for the younger generation. I remember when we was young. Um, we used to take care of our elders and stuff like that. I remember a lot of our, like my aunties and stuff like that. They'll take care of like our grandparents and stuff like that when they get to a feeble mind state or whatever. But now this new generation, my generation and the one after us, it seems like they have this mentality or whatever. They was young before they lived their life. I gotta go live mine. I don't care about them. Well, that's not good according to the scriptures, and we're gonna address that today because one day we're all gonna be old. One day we're all gonna be elders, Lord willing. And would you want your kids to leave you in a dumpster or leave you in a house knowing that you might be in a position where you need to be changed or you lost your mind a little bit and need to be reminded to do your everyday things to maintain your health, take your medicines, clean yourself and stuff like that. What if your kids abandon you? What if you were abandoned? All right, so we have to fix this generation, right? We got to fix it. And how do we fix things? Everything has a toolbox. You go to work at a construction site and all of that, you have a toolbox. If you're a cable installation worker or something like that, you have a toolbox. Well, for Israelites, our toolbox are the laws, the scriptures. That's how we fix things. That's how we fix things. That's how we're going to fix this generation, and that's how we're going to fix the next generation. Yes, I did cut my hair. Don't worry about all that. Today is a Sabbath day. But anyway, it's still me. Let me go ahead and share this in some Israelite groups, share this in some so-called black groups. All of our people need to be edified, all right? So I'm sharing it. Give everybody a second to filter on. This is a super important class. So make sure you get the word out for this. Okay? All right, inside the nation. Like I'm not just sharing it in only Israelite groups. I'm sharing it in like, black groups, black power groups. I don't care. We all all our people need to know. Like we need to make some movement towards the future in a positive way to be able to change the next generation. We don't know when the Most High is sending His Son. We practice these scriptures as if we know that He's coming in our time, but it could be the next one. And if we fail in this time, then we did the same thing our parents did. And what was the point of even so-called waking up to knowing who you are if you're not going to break the chains or break the patterns that we had that got us into this situation in the first place. You see what I'm saying? We have to do differently. So one thing we have to get back is our respect for each other, definitely the respect for elders. And we're going to go over some scriptures today on those matters, okay? So make sure you guys are taking notes. Shalom, how you doing? Type 1 in the chat, man. Type 1 in the chat if you have elders. If you have elders that deserve more respect, I think we all do. I think we all do. Like, I get a little personal. I have a mother. My mother is sick, and like she's getting juggled back and forth between myself and my siblings and everything like that. And the one that's in the best financial position out of all of us is the one that won't even help take care of my mother, won't even give it a chance. That's kind of sad. That shows that we lost the love for our people. So if we can't even take care of our own elders, how are we supposed to rebuild a nation? You see what I'm saying? How are we supposed to rebuild a nation if we can't even take care of the people that birthed us, fed us, clothed us, raised us, and did all of that. See what I'm saying? How are we supposed to do things, and move towards a better light if we're not making moves off of these scriptures that we learn, right? So we always want to cut people. We always want to, like, pull a scripture to, prove a point and cut people. But we need to start edifying ourselves, putting things to action and stuff. Like, where's the love? Like Abaya asks, and our elders, their time haven't passed yet. Their time haven't passed yet. So while they're here, we're supposed to give them double honors, especially if they did what the Most High instructed them to do. So we're going to go to some scriptures now. Make sure you guys are taking notes. I'm not sharing my screen today, so you'll just be looking at me. But you can write down the notes or whatever and go back and copy the scriptures down for yourself. Study to show yourself approved, right? All right, watch this. Watch this, y'all. It says, let the elders, and if I'm going slow, don't mind me. I don't have my contacts in. I'm trying to rest while I'm not working. It's Sabbath, right? It says, let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. So let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor. So all of our people, like my mama, for instance, she's not in the so-called truth, so to speak, or whatever, but she has mental disabilities and all these different types of things and stuff like that. So am I, being an Israelite, supposed to not take care of my mom? No, that's a lie. All right, she did what she was supposed to do, or what she could do with her mental, with her mental situation as a mother trying to raise us and everything like that. So I am still supposed to take care of her. Will I participate in any wickedness that she does or anything like that? Or when she comes around, do she have to cover her head on the Sabbath? Yes. Do she have to, wear fringes and everything like that? Yes. So, you deal with them according to the situation and according to the Bible, but you always are supposed to respect your mother and your father. All right. Okay. So it said, let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor. All right. So if they did the best they can do in this captivity, you're supposed to honor your mother and your father. If they didn't dump you in a trash can or sell you for a pack of cigarettes or some drugs or some crap like that really happens. I know these seem like extreme examples, but this stuff really happens. If they raised you, you're supposed to honor your mother and your father. But it says, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. Well, nowadays you see 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 15-year-olds talking a grown man crazy. And then you come into the truth, you see a brand new person talk to with no understanding at all, talking crazy to somebody that might be a little bit more seasoned in the truth and according to the scriptures and everything like that. So it's just literally no boundaries anymore, and we have to fix that, y'all. We got to fix it. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor. Does that mean be joined in a camp and exalt some man over you? You have no idea who the hell he is, but you're in idolatry, so you're calling him bishop and king and all and comforter and all of these different titles and stuff? No, the scripture goes against that. What I'm saying is your elder or an elder that took care of you or taught you the way, you give them double honor. Okay, just like the scripture where it says, where it puts the women under the men or whatever. You're supposed to obey your husband and not everybody's husband. You see what I'm saying? So don't let nobody throw that on you. But what I'm saying is we need to grow an appreciation for each other. If nobody's telling you to do things contrary to the Bible or against the laws, then we should respect each other. We always have this, um, what's the word for it? Combative attitude when we approach each other. That's the same thing as when we was in gangs and stuff. I thought we were supposed to be coming out of that. But in the truth, it's the same thing. Like we, approach a person like, yo, I already got my scriptures ready. I'm finna rip them up. And you don't know. We just already be ready to get them. And then it's a badge of honor if you're a newer Israelite and you are able to rebuke a so-called elder or something like that, just to be seen of men. That's wicked right there. That's wicked. We supposed to edify each other. It said to minister grace to the hearers, not so you can get a badge of honor and be glad because hey, I just got in the truth and I cut him up. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to respect each other. Iron sharpens iron. We supposed to love each other. It don't matter the age of a person or whatever. We supposed to be building each other's up. Okay, it says Psalms. Go to Psalms chapter 71. Y'all on the scriptures? Psalms chapter 71, verse 9. Psalms chapter 71, verse 9. It says, cast me not off in the old time of age. In the time of old age. Forsake me not when my strength faileth. Okay, so let's get a modern day example of that. Who can give me a modern day example of that scripture right there? Anybody can give me a modern day example here. Yeah, it's a question. It said, cast me not off in the time of old age. What is that saying? Cast me not in the time of old age. Cast me not off. What happens usually in this society when somebody gets old? Give them away to what? Homes, nursing homes, and stuff like that. We don't want to be dealing with them no more because we still want to run the streets. Oh, I got to live my life. Blah, 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 blah. It says, cast me not off in the time of old age. That's scary. That's why people fear getting old because this new generation, damn, it's like, damn, when you can't walk no more, you like, man, damn, are they gonna like push me around on a wheelchair? Or am I gonna have to crawl on the floor, or am I gonna be using it on myself in the chair, waiting for somebody to help me, and all of that stuff? Like our people really don't care about each other. We do not care about each other. We definitely don't care about the elders, even in this truth. Yo, ain't we supposed to be? Ain't this supposed to be our healing, our medicine? Coming into, ain't we supposed to be gathering together? It's still supposed to be no divisions among us. Well, how come when it comes to our elders, it's an issue? Like, oh man, you ain't got no kids. Why don't you watch them? But that was your mom. That's still your mama. That's still your mama. That's still your daddy. And if they did a good job raising you, you know what I'm saying? Yo, don't continue the curses. Don't continue the curses. It says, cast me not off in the time of old age. Forsake me not when my strength faileth. When I'm too weak to lift a spoon to feed myself. When I can't get up and walk to the bathroom no more. When I can't even wipe my own butt. Like, yo, when you couldn't crawl yet and you just laid there, you could have rolled over and suffocated on your face. Who was there to roll you back over? Who was there when you was drinking your milk and was coughing super hard and they had to put you on over their shoulder and pat you on the back and burp you or something like that? Who had to strap you into the stroller just in case we got to a stop sign, your little butt flew through the damn windshield or something? Who was there to help you when you weren't mobilized, when you couldn't move? Who fed you when you didn't know how to get up and go in the kitchen and put something in the microwave or on the stove? You know what I'm saying? Who got you that medicine when you was sick? Who got up and did something as simple as turned the heat on because they, came over and felt your little leg with the little baby fat on your little leg when you was cute as a baby. And they were like, oh, the legs is cold. I ain't really hot right. I ain't really hot, cold right now, but baby's temperature is different from mine. So I bear through the heat. Let me cut the heat on for a little while so the baby can warm up. Who did that? So how come when they're in the baby stages of their life, when they can't comprehend right, think right no more, make wise decisions anymore, move the way that they used to move anymore, we just neglect them. What if they left you in the car seat? They would have been a bad parent, right? We don't want to be bad children. We already been bad children for the Most High. We already disrespected the elder of them all. So we're here to be rehearsing the righteous acts. If we plan to get back into his good graces, you're supposed to be practicing on your earthly parents so he know that you can do a good job obeying him. We don't even honor our earthly mother and father. If it was up to most of us, as soon as they hit wheelchair status or cane status, we'd be like, all right, just throw the. We won't even place them in the dang on casket. We'll throw the casket at them and then hop in the car and head to the club. We rush our people out. How are we gonna build with a mentality like that? Okay, Leviticus 19:32. Leviticus chapter 19 verse 32. Leviticus chapter 19 verse 32. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head, and honor the face of the old man, and fear thy God. I am the Lord. Why do you honor the face of the old man? Years, well, majority of the time are supposed to bring wisdom. You're supposed to protect that which is valuable. To the Most High, wisdom is valuable. He wants us to protect wisdom. You see the connection right here? Okay, watch this. 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 1. This is the spirit we're always supposed to be in. Like I said, once you get in the truth, you become combative. Okay? Watch this. And it's not saying don't correct them. It's saying, like, don't be disrespectful to them. Don't be trying to be over them. Don't be, exalting yourself. Like I was saying, you get in there and you want to instantly go for the. It's like when you get to prison. If some of you've been to prison or whatever. All right, even in high school, shoot, where I'm from, you get to prison, you look for the toughest person or the oldest person or the biggest person, and you knock them out so that everybody else can know you ain't to be messed with. That's what we do when we get in the truth. We start looking for people to go cut, start looking for people to go and, get in these little debates with and stuff just so we can declare our status of being a prophet wise in the scriptures. Come on, man. No divisions. Let's build. Iron sharpens iron. Let's use the scriptures to build each other's up, build each other's faith up. Let's get out of here. We prolonging this stuff with all the hate and the disrespect. It says, rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father. Okay, so if your father did something wrong, you're supposed to correct him. You ain't supposed to throw him in the garbage or hate him or say, oh, brother, yeah, you the devil and all of that extra stuff. So the same thing when you get in this truth, we supposed to look at it, an elder or somebody that's been in here, we're supposed to have a level of respect for them, not exalting them, but just a level of respect for each other. Okay, so rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father. And then it says, and the younger men as brethren. We looking like we in gangs in the truth. Oh, you wear that color. You ain't my brother. That's idiotic right there. And we need this is the same behavior and the same mind state as before we declared ourselves as Israel. We think that's the end all be all to know where you come from. Esau knew where he came from forever. He's still gonna die. So you don't think you gonna get the judgment, just by knowing that you're Israelite, you think you're safe? No, we need to respect each other, love each other, gather together, respect our elders because they're the wise. They're the ones that's been here and they took care of us in and out of the truth. Like, there's a lot of camps that I see falling apart, or a lot of people that exalted themselves. I see they falling off now, and we have to like correct them and stuff like that. But as far as what they did, as far as playing their part and helping me wake up and stuff like that, I'll always respect that part of them. I'll always respect that part out of them. And if I seen them in the street, I wouldn't just leave them in the garbage or something like that. You see what I'm saying? How we gonna build when we still got that, hey, you do you mentality? Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father. A father. It didn't say a play father. Oh, we got in truth. That ain't my real brother. That's just my like Israelite friend brother. Like but no. The world is fake. The truth is real. So once you get in the truth, look at those people that was in the world. Like they're your play friends and stuff because they are. You don't know anybody until they're woke. They're still in the matrix. So when you meet a brother or a sister or an elder in this truth, that relationship is supposed to be 10 times more delicate and valuable and precious to you than a worldly relationship with somebody. I don't care if you know them 20 years, right? So we are supposed to take care of and love each other and give honor to each other. Love your neighbor as you love yourself, right? Remember? Okay, so let's move on, man. Let's move on. Yeah, give me a second. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 2. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 2. Write it down. All right, it says, honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise. What was that promise we was given if we honor our father and our mother? Live long on the earth and the right to the tree of life. Remember, everything stems back to this. You have to look at this as okay, so you got the SATs, you got the GED, you got MATs, you got the GMAT, you got all of these different type of tests. But what comes before the test? A pretest. Very good. A practice test. We're rehearsing the righteous acts over here, right? This is our pre-test, our practice test. The Y'all remember that movie? Y'all don't know. Y'all kids. You remember that movie, The Truman Show, with Jim Carrey? How his life was like it wasn't even his life, and yeah, it was all planned out. The parents that he had was given to him. His sister was given to him. His friends was all given to him. His wife was given to him. This is your Truman Show right here. Your parents, your earthly parents, were handpicked from the Most High and given to you. They were given to you for a reason. He could have picked any other parents in the world. They were given to you to lead you somewhere. My parents, even though they're not in the truth, look where I ended up. So they did something. You see what I'm saying? So my point is, when you disrespect and don't honor your elders, you're what's the class I did last week that you up there watching? You're trying to correct God. He chose the people that's in your life for a reason. They're props. They're some of them are stumbling blocks, but even those stumbling blocks lead you to somewhere. Okay, so we're trying to correct God when we disrespect the people that He set up for us. Okay, especially an elder or a loved one that's actually been showing you some type of worth. Okay, might not be in the truth. Nobody's saying go to their holidays, their Thanksgivings, Fourth of July's, or anything like that. But if you can assist and help when you can without throwing you off the laws, then you should do. The scripture says, "Him that knows to do good and do it not, to him it is sin." I know in these camps and all of that, we like to say it's only, okay, you do good to the godly man. Yes, you're right. But what he say about uh about if your donkey yeah, I don't want to say, well, if your jackass, your donkey fell in the ditch on the Sabbath day, you know what I'm saying? Would you just leave it there? Your brothers, you see what I'm saying? So they might not be in the truth, but if the help that they need or whatever is not unlawful to you or throwing you off, how the hell do you expect to become a beacon? He also commanded us become a beacon. A beacon is a symbol of light to lead people from the darkness. So how do you expect them to not be in the world? Maybe the good you do to them in their last days, maybe they're older, your parents or whatever, they see how much you've changed. You became that beacon, and before they go out, they wanna make things right with the Most High. All because they seen how you changed, how you stood out from the rest of your siblings. All y'all was born, all y'all got taken care of with your parents, but you're the only one that took care of your parents according to the scriptures and then turned into a devil. So you can be that beacon that helps them gain some sense of salvation before they pass off. Okay? So that's doing the work. All right? That's doing the work. Honor the face of the old man. All right? Honor the face of the old man. All right, let's get it on, man. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. All right, Acts chapter 20. Acts chapter 20, verse 35. Acts chapter 20. Acts chapter 20, verse 35. I'm giving everybody a chance to get to it, y'all. Okay. So, I have showed you the all things, how that so laboring the work, ye ought to support the weak, and to remember the words of the Most High's Son, how he said, it is more blessed to give than to receive. All right, so the work that we're supposed to do in this truth is to support the weak. Who is weaker than us? A person that's not in the truth. So it says, do good to the godly man. Isn't it good to create more or help wake up more godly men? Isn't that the work? Aren't the ungodly the weak? Okay, so I'm not teaching against the Bible. I know it says what fellowship have a sinner. The righteous with the ungodly. I'm not saying go and hang out and be the best friend or whatever, but you can help them from a distance. You can love people from a distance. You can help wake them up. Like me and my wife, we're creating a system. It's called a Israel wake up package or something like that. It won't be for sale. It's free. I just call it a package. I'm used to using that term because I'm a marketer. But anyway, it's a compilation of the perfect milk, according to the scriptures, that will gradually wake a person up instead of giving them that culture shock that scares people away when they walk across a camp. You know what I'm saying? Inspires that curiosity out of them more than that fury out of them. You know, that causes that rebellion, that rebellious spirit that Israelites all have to come out. So we have to be careful when we approach these people. So we're doing that. That's how you can support the weak from a distance without defiling yourself. That don't mean totally disengage from your people, because we're not supposed to be going to their Thanksgivings, givings and all of their traditions. Yes, come out from under that. But we got emails now. How good would it be if on your elders' dying bed they declared who they are with pride? That's the greatest gift you can give them before they die. You see what I'm saying? What if you can? We gotta get the love, man. You know, and I and it's funny because a lot of these camp leaders and taught us when we talk about love is effeminate, or you sound like a Christian. You sound like a Christian, brother. Strap up, cuz. You sound like a damn gang member then. How about that? You see what I'm saying? How you gather together without love? Impossible. You can have all the uniforms you want to. You can have all the rules and little military setup that you want to in your camp. But if it ain't no love there, you're always going to have the Judases and all of the people that's going to take you down. Okay, that's just how it is. We have to gather together with discipline under the Most High, but love as well. Okay, love as well. And if we're gonna wake up the 1/3, we're always talking about the 2/3, but we neglect the 1/3. If we're gonna help wake up the 1/3, we need love to do that. We need to gather together. We have to start finding our commonalities and agreeing. Okay. And one thing I'm pretty sure everybody watching this can agree on is that our nation needs to get back to the respect that it has for one another, namely its elders, the elderly. Like, it's so scary. I remember, like, when I was a kid, that Peter Pan story was so great to me. How they never get old in Neverland. Why? Because I see how old people get treated. And it's like, oh man, I'm gonna be that one day. Yes, you're gonna be that too. You're going to be that. 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 So when you have your chance to rehearse the righteous acts and support the weak, remember, one day you're going to be weak too. So the Bible says you reap what you sow. So if you let your mama, your cousin, your auntie, or your grandma, or somebody sit in there and they piss and don't change their elderly pamper or whatever you call them, or you don't like remind them to get their medicine because you was out running the streets doing dumb stuff and all of that. Like, who's gonna remember to be there for you? And you can't hate nobody for your judgment. We're already paying for the sins of who? Our forefathers. When are we going to break that cycle by doing the right thing in our generation so that our kids and their kids don't have to keep paying for the sins of the forefathers? Yo, we like to go on a merry-go-round. I ain't been to the park in forever. Why? Why? It's just, Key Sweat, merry-go-round. That's just all we want to do. We don't never want to hop off and go get on another ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, Israel, we gotta break the cycles, man, for real, for real. Okay, so we need to let's recap. Whether they're blood or not, you remember in the truth, blood. The only thing that matters about your blood is that you're a descendant of Adam. I mean, or our forefather Jacob and stuff like that. But other than that, blood ties don't mean nothing. Remember, he came here to bring division, set variance against, your enemies will be in your own house. He didn't come to, be all mushy and all of that. So we're going to fall out with people. But the people that actually make the move to be great in your life and support you in this walk and everything like that, how do you disrespect them? How do you not take care of them? How do you not take care of them? What the scripture say? He that hate his brother whom he's seen, but says they love the Most High who they ain't seen is a liar. Like, how can you love me when you ain't even seen me? The same thing. How you think you're gonna be able to respect and honor the Most High when it's truth talking about we'll do anything for him? But meanwhile, your mama at the house, like on her deathbed, and there's something you could have did about it. But you use the I'm an Israelite excuse as a reason, as an excuse to not make a move or help out or do what's right. We need to take care of our elderly, and we need to become that beacon, set an example for the next generations, because soon the next generation is who's going to take care of you when you're elderly. So I'm trying to set an example. My mama ain't in the truth, and I have my struggles where I'm balancing what I can do for her and what I can't do for her because she's not in the truth. But the point is, try. Don't just like, yep, well, you ain't in the truth, so you can go ahead and die, mom. You can go ahead and die. Yo, you a devil then. The scriptures didn't like set no difference. Meaning, if one of our people die, we're all supposed to feel the mourning for it. We'll sit there and cry for Aaliyah and all the and Nipsey Hussle and all of these people and stuff like that. But meanwhile, we got people in our house. Watch this. Watch this. Cause I've been to old people's houses where the old people just be in a room in a bed, like ain't ate for hours. We out there playing a video game. This I'm talking about like back in my day. You know what I'm saying? Like we just neglect them. Watch this. First Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. Yeah. You already know. First Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he have denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. You don't believe. How the hell? You don't believe in the mission. You don't believe in the movement if you can't take care of the elders. Or you're not trying to take care of the elders. Like, how are we supposed to build something? In order to build something, we need the foundation. We need the past generation, we need the present generation, and we need the future generation to build something and make it stable. We be killing off our own army. Okay? If any provide not for his own, we always use that just for like trying to, correct deadbeat fathers and stuff like that. It didn't say if any not provide for his kid. It said for his own. That means the people that live with you, the people that's your family, the people that raised you or had some part in your upbringing, whether they're in the truth or not. If it's not unlawful to do for them and you can do it, where it doesn't throw you off of the path that the Most High puts you on. Remember, I'm not telling you to go against what the Most High say. If it's within the laws, like if my cousin is stranded on the highway, but she ain't in the truth, right? And it's getting dark, all type of truck drivers that could kidnap her, kill her, and all of that, but she ain't in the truth. Am I supposed to say, well, you better call AAA? You know what I'm saying? I mean, Uber is nationwide now. Am I supposed to do that? Or could I just, you know, pray on it? You know, think of the scenarios that can happen, and make sure I'm doing right according to the Most High before I check that situation, and then go out and help my cousin, drop them off. Nobody said okay when you drop them off to wherever they go and hang out. You see what I'm saying? If you know to do good and do it not, to you it is sin. It didn't say if you know to do good to a certain person or something like that. It says to do good, man. And like it or not, these people that aren't yet unplugged out of the matrix, they're still potentially our people. And what I mean by that is you don't know the date that the Most High has set up for them to wake up or whatever. You can be part of that, or with your selfish decisions, you can help destroy that. You see what I'm saying? So if you got like that's even worse. Like if you taking care, supposedly taking care. I know people that will say that they taking care of their mama or their father or whatever, and that's because the government giving them that check. But you go over there and they are not taking care of them. They ain't taking care of them at all. They already half dead, passing away. If any provide not for his own, especially if those of his own house, he have denied the faith. That means you don't believe, man. That means you have a problem with what the Most High set up in your life. I mean, you want to do your own thing, make your own way. He set our elders up for a reason. Remember that. He set our elders up for a reason. This is a test, and we be failing like a mug. Like we don't see it's a test until we got the score, and we're like, oh, I knew that answer. Well, why you ain't mark it down then? These elders, everybody, my wife, that's a test. If I can't commit to her, what does that mean? Can anybody tell me? If I can't commit to you, can I commit to the Most High? Everything is a setup. Everything is a test. You think you're just over here to own your punishment. Since we got over here, he was proving us. Remember, we're supposed to prove a friend? We're supposed to prove a wife, a husband, blah, blah, blah. We practice all of those proving everybody else. You don't think the Most High, the one that wrote this, is proving you? So he'll set you up with people in your life to see how you'll deal with that situation. And you got the most important earthly people in your life, like your birth mother and your birth father. Like I said, if they're not, if they weren't devilish to you, or if it's something that's not gonna throw you off of the journey that the Most High put you on, those people. And then we use the scripture when the Most High's son, when his mom and his brother came in there and wanted to talk to him, he said the people listening to the scriptures or listening to the word of my family or something like that. We love to use that just so we can let go of our responsibilities. But that's because he was busy at that time. He also did what? Didn't he go out and break bread with the people? Didn't he go out there and, give fish out and all of that, right? Were all of those people in the truth at the time? Exactly. But by being that beacon of light, how many people do you think turned to the truth just by coming across him? If he walked near them and was a devil, do you think they ever would have woke up if he never got to touch their life? No, most of them wouldn't. So we're being devils. We love the parts in the scriptures where he say, "I don't feed the dog," or you know what I'm saying. We love the dismissive parts of the scriptures, but we hate the parts where he embraced his people. Like, I don't feel like it. I don't even. We don't want to gather together. If we being honest as a people, come on. Don't front. We don't want to gather together. For some weird reason, we don't want to gather together. We can be pro-black. It don't matter what gang, whatever we get in, we still at each other's throats. And that's what we need to be fixing. Not caring about multiple wives and doing all this extra ignorant stuff. Who cares? We need to be fixing the hate we have for each other. Our present selves, our elders, our futures, all of that depends on fixing our spirits according to the Bible. Okay? So, laboring, ye ought to support the weak. Remember the words of the Most High Son. It is more blessed to give than to receive. Remember, we're supposed to minister grace to the hearers. We turned that into we're supposed to cut them up. I see a million videos talking about who they cut. Cut up a Edomite today. Cut up a Muslim today. Cut up a effeminate brother today. Cut up. Ain't nobody talking about building nobody's faith or nothing. But remember, one day you're going to be an elder. That forever young stuff is a lie. One day you're going to be an elder. And this is your practice test right here. This is all of our practice tests right now. Your kids are your practice tests. They're your responsibility section of the test. I can actually write out an actual format of an actual documented test. You'll have a section for responsibility. You'll have a section for commitment and discipline. You'll have a section for faith. You see what I'm saying? Integrity. It'll be a section for all of them. And guess what? We'll probably get a D in all of them, if not an F, because we don't even know we're being tested. It's like the Most High set up a camera in a room. Pretty much. It is. And we don't know the camera in there. And when the spotlight ain't on us, we do dumb stuff like digging our nose and wipe it on the table or fart thinking nobody's looking and different stuff like that. We don't have no integrity. We supposed to behave as if the Most High is in the room with us right now. If you have that faith, that's how you supposed to behave. As if we always read that his eyes are brighter, 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He can see everything we do, but we don't believe it for real. So how if we believe it, how do we treat the people that had a hand in bringing us up to the point to where we can survive long enough in this cursed captivity? How can we treat them with such disrespect? How can we get in the truth, find out we're brothers, find out who we really are, and hate each other still? How? I'm woke, but I'm not. So you sleepwalking. You sleepwalking. I used to have that hate in the world. I don't bring it in here. That's why I never joined a camp or nothing like that. I'm not gonna let nobody teach me hate. Not saying everybody that's in a camp hate each other, but if you're in the camp, there's division. Gather together Israel, not gather together camp. It's just plain and simple, right? Okay, but that's off. My point is we supposed to be gathering together. Gathering together. We divide, we still fulfilling the Willie Lynch prophecies, and we grasp those over the Most High's prophecies. What did Willie Lynch do? He said the young against the old, didn't he? And that's how we are. I remember being a knothead little dude on the bus, an older person to get on the bus trying to read the Bible to me, and we'll say all type of disrespectful stuff. Like, man, shut your old ass up. Don't nobody want to hear all that positive. I remember, but now we in this truth, supposedly. Are we still supposed? When I was a child, I thought as a child. When I became a man, what I do? I put away childish things and started thinking like a man. That's how we all supposed to do. A man will think for the betterment of his whole nation. Our whole nation includes our elders. How do you teach your young children respect if you disrespect the elders, even though your young children know one day you're going to be their elder? It's backwards how we make moves. All right? But anyway, I might be back on in a couple of hours with another class. If not, hopefully you guys got some edification. The channel that you can check this out on is called Scripts, Precepts, and Edification on YouTube. Scripts, Precepts, Edification. I got a whole boatload of other classes on there. Just in case you're just sitting around and not getting, edification. What I like for you to do is read along, because the Bible says study to show yourself approved. I'm never going to say just take my word for it. I know everything. No, I don't. It takes me hours to put these classes together, and I make sure that I properly check over it time and time again to make sure that the puzzle pieces that is precepts upon precepts is put together the correct way to where it can give us the proper edification and minister grace to the hearers so that I'm not throwing nobody off. Okay, so I just felt like today we were going to talk about the elderly, because nobody is doing classes talking about the elderly like they don't even exist in society. Like you go from age 1 to 25, and then 35, then 25 to 45, and then the rest of the world don't exist. Like, we don't have no grandparents or none of that. Soon we're going to wipe out the parents. It's just going to be teenagers and toddlers. Okay, so we need to love each other, show more respect to the elders, and show more respect to the youth as well. Just gather together, man. Stop with the divisions, man. Like, it's a lot of this stuff that we can fix. Hey, what's up? What's up, cuz? Monisha, what's up? What's up? Well, I'm sorry, I called you Monisha. What's up, Pooh? She said, nice cut. Thanks. I ain't even lined up yet. I just wanted to get the hair off of me, man. Um, But yeah, I appreciate it, y'all, man. I appreciate it. I want y'all to continue to study this whole Sabbath, man. He only asks for one day out of the week for us to not do our own pleasures and all of that, man. We can dedicate this day to him. We can dedicate this day to him. Go hard. Get as much in so that you don't have to think, so that you don't be behind during the week. You don't be behind during the week. But most of all, practice it. Like, we watching a lot of videos this Sabbath, but are we going to actually practice it? Faith without works is, see, even my kids know the answer to that. So are we going to practice it? Find some elders and start helping them. Help an old lady cross the street. You know what I'm saying? Call your mama up. Call your daddy up. I might call my biological dad up. You know what I'm saying? See what they doing. Send them some scriptures. You don't have to, like, look, you don't have to go. Yes, they're doing like traditions of men. Don't, I'm nobody saying go around them. Nobody's saying let them call you and tell you about Housewives of Atlanta on the Sabbath or something like that. Nobody's saying do all of that. But nothing is hurting you to send them some scriptures through Facebook Messenger. Something that might open their eyes a little bit more about why you're so different. Okay, let's take care of our people. Okay. All right, you said Monisha is better than Pooh. All right, well, I guess I'll call you Monisha. She was the cuz I ain't never seen in a while. No. But anyway, all right, y'all. Enjoy your Sabbath, get some rest, but most of all, get some studying in, some edification, man. Like I said, y'all know how I am on the Sabbath. I think I'm gonna go lay down, but I'll probably be back on this mug with about 3 more classes, you know. But for now, I'm gonna just say shalom. I love y'all, man. Yo, get it in, man. Get it in. Get your studying in and put the work in. Nothing will change without work. It's a Sabbath, but what I mean by work is putting in the work of following the laws. Okay? Do what the Most High want us to do. We say we love him. That's how it's gonna be. We gotta do what he tell us to do. What's up, princess? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the live. All right, so hey, make sure y'all follow the channel Scripts, Precepts, and Edification. Or what is it? Precepts, Scripts, and Edification. It's Scripts, Precepts, and Edification. It's a new channel, so don't flame me, y'all. Don't flame me. But but anyway, all right, I love y'all. You see, it's hard for me to get off here because I love talking to y'all. But I'll see y'all on the next one.
Shalom, family.
Shalom. All right.